Yo, it's your boy Markie.
And it's your boy JV.
What happened?
Yo, bro. Why you in my seat?
Nah,
come on, bro. You gotta switch.
You gonna do that right here? Right.
Bro, come on. Stop.
That's crazy. Alright. So you better kill it then, alright?
Yo, it's your boy JV.
It's your boy Markie.
And this is Life at 30.
No lie, guys.
Yo, we appreciate the love and support.
Facts.
The likes, comments, shares, and reposts we've been seeing.
Yo.
Woo!
What?
I can't express how happy we are to see that.
That's a fact.
All the comments that y'all left inside the comments, the 2 that we got about topics, we appreciate that. Why?
Thank
Because
you.
now we get to talk about what you want to hear.
That's a fact.
And we got some stories to tell you about.
We got
un poquito. You know?
Yeah.
And also, this is video 3.
Oh, this is episode number 3.
Okay. Un poquito. You feel me? He out here.
Word.
But yo, bro.
What's Gucci?
That's sciatica.
Yo.
You ain't seen me the other day?
Yo, I had to have my boy stretching. That shit, yo, he was looking cramped up. I ain't even gonna lie. We gotta get him a new back, y'all.
Nah, facts. If y'all know where to order, 1-800-GET-A-NEW-BACK.com.
Yo.
Put your boy on, you feel me?
Yo, if we get enough likes, we get enough shares, we get enough comments, he might be able to get a new one.
You feel me? I might. I just might.
Get a new one,
I
for
just
real.
might. But yo, bro,
What's
I
good?
got a real question to ask you.
What's up, man?
Yo, growing up, like, how was your life? Like, how do you think, like, living where you live, like, how did you either appreciate or disappreciate, like, the environment?
I mean, I definitely appreciate where I'm from, because where I'm from is like, yo, all right,
My
cool.
fault.
Come on. So last time, episode 1, go check that out. But episode 1, I said some things I probably shouldn't have.
Which are probably facts, but,
I got some backlash for the stuff that, I said. And I said that Mount Vernon was a watered down Bronx, and it's not. Mount Vernon is Mount Vernon. That's it. But it was coming from a place of sincerity. So I apologize to everybody that took some type of offense to that. My fault. But yeah, you gotta stop. You gotta chill.
My fault.
But yeah, like where I'm from is I mean, I love it. I love it because it's it's who I am.
Okay. So give me 3 pros and 3 cons.
3 pros from Mount Vernon.
That's where you from, right?
Yeah. Well, it's tough.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. It teaches you basically how to be independent in a sense. Toughness.
Okay.
And it teaches you like that the world isn't just right here. Like this is not just 4 square miles.
Okay.
Like you can go out and venture out for real.
Okay. Would you say those are the pros or the cons?
I think those are the pros.
Those are the pros?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think if I was raised somewhere else, I wouldn't be as tough as I am. You feel me? There's a lot of legends that came out of. Come on, there's a lot of legends that came out of. That's 4 right there for you. So we can swap out one of those. That's we up.
Go ahead, name them.
Name who?
Name
Me. What you mean? Me.
No, I ain't even gonna disrespect you, bro.
Yeah, don't do that. Come on. Come on, man. Denzel. Come on, son. Oh my. Come on. All right. Come on.
I don't want to go into legends from where I'm from, so I'm not even gonna do
You
that.
got like one legend.
All right, we're not even gonna do that right now.
But
so let me know what those cons was, bro.
The cons, I think complacent or stuck. You get stuck there. It's kind of like, I say small, so like basically everybody is like the hoods are so close to each other, so it's really easy to catch somebody slipping and get killed or whatever. And it's not really a lot of things to do there. Like you gotta venture out to go other places to do something. So
that's very much true.
Yeah, like it's Mount Vernon though, man. That's what it is.
Okay.
Word.
I feel like for me though, growing up where I'm from, I could probably like compare that to definitely some toughness. I think I learned a lot of competitiveness. Living in the Bronx, due to just like a whole bunch of different like talented people, doing anything from educational wise and also sports and all that other good stuff. So I feel like I definitely learned how to be more competitive. And just like you, I guess I think everywhere kind of teaches you independence.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially growing up as a young black kid or as a minority, you definitely kind of learn independence.
Yeah.
Whether you got both parents or one parent,
Somebody gonna teach you. Gonna learn it somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the cons for me would probably be everybody wanted to test you. Everybody kind of wanted to like see if you was actually either about a life or if you could hold your own or protect your own, whether if it was over a basketball game, it was over somebody riding your bike.
Yo, basketball games used to get chippy for real.
Real chippy.
And
it's wild. So, I feel like that's definitely definitely a con. I would say the robberies. People that ass try to rob you. I got off the bus one time. Somebody asked me to use my phone. I said no, and he tried to rob me for it. I was like, "Yo, it's wild."
What kind of phone was it?
It's a Sidekick.
Yo, Sidekick. Whatever was crazy.
I had the Tony Hawk edition.
The LX drink.
Yeah,
that shit was fire. LX was the best drink for me at least. They had that. They had the brown. That shit was
facts. You feel me? So
kids nowadays won't even know about the Sidekicks.
What? Or that next up? Nah, let me stop. We not even gonna go into that. And then
they 7 stars.
Hit my bleep.
You heard so bad.
But then the other con I feel like was a lot of gangs and a lot of like bad things that you see out in the street. Yeah. Whether if you going to school, you going to the corner store, you going to the laundromat, no matter where you go see it.
Yeah.
You in the park.
But when we grew up, that was like the thing. Like
it was.
I mean, probably even now.
I feel like it's probably bigger now.
Yeah, but it was a thing. Like yeah. It
was like Bloods, Crips, all that other good stuff.
Exactly.
And it was like, oh, I want to be this because
I
like this color.
Right.
Man, you're not even like
right. A lot of people got caught up not because they wasn't like that.
Yeah. Do you think you would have joined a gang if you had the opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think, hell yeah.
Really?
I mean, I wouldn't, you know what? I'm lying. I'm saying yeah, but I had that opportunity and I never did it. But I've always stayed with, like, I've always used my friends, like, my friendships, whatever, became like a gang. Like,
okay.
We had
like a clique.
Yeah, we ride to ride and die together, like, because for real, like, in Mount Vernon, like I said, it's small, so it's like, There's a crew over here. It's like every other block got a crew. Like you never know who's a crew.
Okay.
But then they got like the bigger entities and whatever. So you kind of just had to have somebody that you was cool with, that you knew was gonna have your back or whatever the case is. So like you ain't get jumped. And if you did get jumped, you had somebody to fall back on. Like, yo, let's go get these niggas. They jumped me. Like you feel me? But yeah, like I had opportunities to join gangs and I just chose not to because I saw, that was a dead end.
All right. So from what you told us in episode 1 and what you just told us now, what made you not want to, like, what stirred you into the right direction?
Just watching my older brothers.
Okay.
Not watching them, but like watching the end result.
Okay.
As far as, because they all a lot older than me, so, and I'm the youngest. So watching how they got locked up, and not all of them, but just like, a couple of them, they got locked up and everything, and I was just like, nah, like, that just put fear in my, like, damn, they can't come home? Like, that is crazy. Like, I don't ever want to go through something like that. And, they did what they did, so it's like, it's no disrespect to them and anybody that get locked up, but, like, because, you got to do what you got to do.
Correct.
But I just seen that wasn't life for me. That wasn't something I wanted for myself. Like, make it, like, my mom's, I couldn't do her like that. I couldn't do her like that. Yeah.
Mom would have came in there and whipped your ass.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. She came in there with the switch.
I never see mom yell at you.
She on a visit. That's a fact. My mom, yeah. Shout out to my mom though, for real. Yeah, I love you. But so, cause you got 2 little brothers. So how that work out with you? Like, how was that dynamic?
you know, growing up with two little brothers, I had to kind of be like that role model for them. Had to show them the ropes, kind of give them all the jewels and gems that I had throughout the years. Being a little brother, you kind of get stuck into a shadow, and both of my brothers was, I guess you could say, stuck in my shadow, while living in the Bronx. And then once we moved to Mount Vernon, it was like a complete different dynamic change. They became their own persons. They made a name for themselves, whether it was good or bad. They just kind of took off from there. So it's kind of like they didn't need that guidance anymore. They felt like they had it.
They was little Mount Vernon babies at that point.
Yes, they was.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. It's crazy out there, and it's crazy. You see, like you got them about what, 3, 4, 5 years?
I got
5 and 8.
I got 5 and 8. Yep.
Yeah, so
5
even
years.
And we removed from that, and it still was going up out there. So
yeah,
I can only imagine what it's like now. So why was it so important for you to like show them the ropes?
Because I felt like I had an obligation. I had a job to do. If I didn't show them,
but not just the ropes, but like a positive, like a positive.
Because we have uncles, my pops, and other people. Me growing up, I seen them in jail as well, just like you said. And
it's crazy.
Me personally, I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
I like my freedom.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I like the fact that I can go to work, I can make money, I could do this, I could enjoy life, I could see people whenever I want to see them.
That's a fact.
And, I wanted to make sure that my brothers had that same mentality. I wanted to make sure that they worked hard and they understood what they had to do in order to stay out of prison.
So did you learn from like other people's L's, or did somebody show you the ropes and you was like, I gotta do this for my little brothers?
It was more so me. I would say me seeing other people's L's, but then also I had a strong mother figure that she wasn't afraid to let me know when I was wrong and whip that ass. So ass whipping was essential. Yeah, it was.
They was the guys, the guidance right there.
It was like, oh, you fucking up.
Yeah, that was
like,
yeah.
Damn, I always get my ass whipped.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sternness definitely made me into the person I am today, and it helped me help them see how not to behave, whether it's in the street or just learning how to conduct themselves just as a young man.
Okay. How was just like your school life? Like how was that?
Oh, it was good, man. I was an A student, man.
Okay. Because some people they switch up when they outside and when they.
I'm gonna say this. I feel like I switched up when I moved to Mount Vernon.
What you mean? Because you reach out and throw so much hate, slight.
No, it's not even like that, bro. It's not even like that. I'm gonna keep it 100.
So you was an A student, when you was an A- student in Mount Vernon?
Nah, I probably turned into like a B student at that point. And I think it was just because I was hung on being in the Bronx. That was my home. That's where I wanted to be.
Homesick then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the 3 years I was in Mount Vernon, I was homesick. I did not.
Damn, that's tough.
I did not want to be there. If you see, I barely wanted to make friends. Like,
yeah, you was mad quiet.
Exactly. I didn't want to talk to nobody. Everybody would come up to me like, "Hey, Jersey, I ain't want no parts." And I warmed up to it, and maybe I should go that extra mile and try a little harder, just so I could actually graduate.
Okay.
Yeah. But what about you? Like, I remember you telling us in episode 1 about your school, like middle school going into high school. Like, how was that transition for you, and like, what happened throughout those years?
Middle school was a shock for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Middle school was a shock for me because it was a lot more kids, and they give us a lot more freedom between class to class.
Really?
Yeah, so like, in elementary school, you holding hands or you in line to go to the next class with a teacher. Exactly. Finger on the lip, peace sign, yeah. And when you get to middle school, it's like the bell rang, you just like, what's going on? You gotta go to the next class, you gotta find it, all that stuff. So And I had a dude in my class, I won't say his name, but he had got left back. Mm-hmm. So he's supposed to be in 8th grade, obviously, and he with the 7th graders, so he already know the ropes of middle school. And he was cool. I knew him from when I was like younger. Mm-hmm. And he, we was cool, whatever. And he taught me how to cut class. Mm. And I was like, for real? And he was like, yeah. So I was cutting like, I think 8th period. Oh, 8th period. Yeah. So he would line us up. It'd be like we about to go to war. It'd be like 5 of us inside the little staircase. And he like, yo, so what we gonna do? I'm gonna push the door open, run out. Just run out, don't look back. And I'm like, all right, cool. And everybody with it until that door open, you start seeing people leave. So now it's like only from 5 of us to like 2 of us. Mm-hmm. And we just run out, and I'm like, oh shit, it was like so much adrenaline. Like, oh shit, let's do it again tomorrow. Like, let's do it again tomorrow. And then so middle school was just about learning the ropes. I felt like I was able to do this classwork, but it was just more about like what other things should we get into. Okay. So then we started like classroom wars and stuff like that. So whatever. So it was like, so middle school went from like 7. It was like 7 A team, so A through 4 or 5, mm-hmm. all the way down B, C, D. And then G, they had like G1, G2. Mm-hmm. I think that was like the function ed niggas. But yeah, so but yeah, like, so like I was in the D team. I ain't no front. I was in the D team, D1, and we so D1 through 5 we used to just shake. Like we used to remember back then when you used to punch somebody in the balls. It was like Bangkok and all that. We used to go crazy. So that was like, it was fun. It was fun. We used to mess with the teachers and all that. Like it was. I ain't gonna front, it was a good time. It was, like I said, it was a shock for me because we had so much freedom we ended up to do with it. Yeah. And then going to high school, I already kind of was like, all right, I already know what to do. I know how to cut class. I know how to maneuver through the hallways. I know how to, I know like the ins and outs really. Yeah. Like I learned that in middle school. Yeah. And then high school was just kind of like the same thing. It was just like a bigger middle school. But this time I had like real friends, you feel me? Like I was chilling with my homies like Max and Sean, like and other dudes that we was cool with. Yeah. And we would do basically the same things, have like but this time we're having like gang fights now. Like we're not even having like classroom wars, it's gang fights now. So
my clique versus your
clique. Like we was going against like the Jamaicans or whatever. Like shout out to the Jamaicans though, but yeah, we was going against the Jamaicans, so it's like I ain't gonna front, I don't know how I passed these classes because what I remember is just me being in the hallways play fighting the whole time. And then yeah, like once they kind of, it felt like middle school, felt like the high was just like, you having too much fun. Mm-hmm. So they took my friends away from me. Damn. Yeah, so they ended up going to Thornton, mm-hmm. and I ended up staying in the high by myself. And that was just like, it was like they left me on the island. Like, it was it was mad people there, and I still knew some people, but I was lonely. And walking in the halls, like, you say what up to some people, it's like, I don't even want to talk to nobody, because, like, my homies ain't here. Like, so it's not even feel the same. Like, it took the fun away. Like, so now I got to go to class, mm-hmm. and I'm in class, and I'm learning, I'm doing my thing, but it just wasn't the same. Yeah. Like, in between periods and stuff, I was just like, nah, I don't feel like I got that high school experience, so I ended up dropping out. Mm. Word.
How long you think you dropped out for?
Shoot. Because 10th grade is what? For me, it was like 07, 08. So I think 08, I dropped out. But it was like towards the end of the year. Mm-hmm. Where it was like towards the end of the year. So I dropped out like March-ish. Okay. Yeah. Like March. And then I passed most of my classes or whatever. I think I had to take like one class over. Okay. But I didn't take any of the regents. Mm. So I had to do that when I came back. But in my whole 11th grade year, I just didn't go to school. Like, I was supposed to be in 11th grade. I didn't even go. I didn't even think about going. Like, I was just like, nah, it's over for that.
Damn,
Word.
Damn. Word. Can you imagine? Think about it, bro. If you would have stayed in school, you probably never met me.
Nah, I probably wouldn't have met you for real.
Probably wouldn't have met me.
Word.
Damn. Life would have been completely different.
Way different from me. I'd been kicking with somebody else right now. Doing with somebody else.
Nah, you want to do it. But okay, so like who you think was a person that you could go to that helped you go back to school? Like who like motivated you to go back after you felt like you didn't want to go no more, your friends wasn't there, and it just wasn't fun anymore for you?
Well, I think it was a collective of things and people.
Okay.
Nobody really like pressured me. They more or less like kind of like, I guess they like advised me to go to school, but never really like, come on, we're going to school. It's always solely my decision. So I say it was a lot of counsel.
Okay.
With people giving me advice or whatever. Like my homeboy Van, shout out Van again. He's always telling me like, yo, go to school, like, cause he wasn't going to school either for his own reasons, but he would have like people in his crib, like we have a bunch of like kids that either dropped out or cut in class or whatever in his crib, cause got the free joint.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, yo, y'all always in my house, go to school, like go to school, like we'd be like, damn, like why? How you telling us to go to school? You ain't going to school. Yeah, like you chilling just like us.
Oh yeah, being a hypocrite.
Word. But yeah, so that the lies started catching up to me. Like I started telling people from the high I was going to Thornton, people from Thornton I was going to the high, and then they meet up, we playing ball, and they like, yo, Marcus, you go to the high, right? I'm like, come on, chill. Come on down. They like, nah, Marcus go to Thornton. I'm like, on, bro, can we just hoop? Like, let's just play ball. And then they like, yo, what school you go to? Cause you don't. And then I'm like, damn. I'm like, can we just play ball? Like, does it matter? Like, I can't tell them I go to Mandela now because I told both of them I go to.
So then you could have been like, I got transferred.
Nah, so I was just like, I don't go to school. Like that's like saying like, yo, I'm homeless. Like,
yeah, nah, for real, it really is.
Yeah, so
like, that's unheard of for a teenager not to be going to school.
Yeah, it's like you look at them kind of crazy. So I mean, that's at least how I felt. Like damn, I don't got no crib. Like I'm a free agent right now. I don't got no crib. I'm a free agent right now. So yeah, wow. But it was like I said, it was a collective of things, and then I just kind of got tired of like, I was trying to find a job. I was trying to do my GED, and I'm not even gonna say trying. I just got the information on the GED, and I was just like, "Fool, let's not go back to school." Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so and I wasn't gonna get no good job or nothing. I'm 16, 17 years old, and
McDonald's.
I could have did that, but I wasn't trying to work on McDonald's. I like eating it too much. I'm not going
exactly.
I try to go to Target though, and Target don't give nope. I don't care, yo. I don't know how these people who interviews at Target.
If you live in Mount Vernon, you applied for Target or Best Buy, you not getting a job.
Or Restaurant Depot.
If you do, you are the luckiest.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking like, yo, how you get the job? I know I'm smarter than you, bro. Like, well, I got more experience. Like, I could not get a job to save my life at Target. Nah, or Best Buy, like you said. Word.
I applied to both. I feel you.
It's like, yo, how you gotta grow up in there, like,
you gotta be a baby.
Yeah, like, yeah, you got a baby Target.
You got the red shirt on.
Right. Right. Word, but yeah, it was just a collective things like embarrassment, like my patience, and then my mom. I was like, damn, let my mom down, like, and the streets they ain't really had nothing on it for me. Like but around that time I was getting to a lot of stupid stuff. Like I was like, dang, like the statistics is right. Like if you ain't in school, you gonna get into something else and doing other things and lead you down a bad path. So I was just like, alright. I told my mom like, yo, mom, I think I'm gonna go back to school. She was mad excited though. But she held it down. She was like, oh, that's what you want to do? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need to go back to school though. So yeah, when 1 September roll around, we out. So yeah, I enrolled back in school, and they was trying to curve me. They was giving me all types of runarounds because I was 17 at the time, and they like, you gonna be 17 in 11th grade, like you're like, we got a low tolerance for you, and I was like, damn. So. But yeah, they let me in. They gave me a little behavioral paper. I had to get it signed for like the first market period.
Yeah. By each teacher.
Bro. I'm like, yo, y'all wildin'. But
how did you pass Zini then?
When? In 10th grade?
Yeah, nah. I'm talking about Miss Zini with the grade card.
I don't know. Cause I was I was really doing my thing in my first market period. That's how I wrestled. I didn't fail no class in my first and second market period. When I started acting up was the third market period. I was like, I already passed. I'm good. Like I started bugging out in the third market period, but the first market period. And it was crazy though. I never told them. I don't know if I ever told anybody this, but I never really told anybody this before. I had Zini in 10th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
She ain't remember you?
I don't think so, because like I said, I wasn't really there all the time. So, in my 10th grade year, they had we had 10 periods. We had 10 periods. We had double period math, double period English. For one half of the year it was double period English, and then the second half of the year, so like third, fourth market period, we had I had double period global history. And I passed English my first, because that's first, second market period, so I passed that easy. But then my third market period, that's why I started going to Zini. And I used to sit in the front, which was crazy. I used to sit in the front because the class was packed. So basically it was everybody in the back. I'm like, I gotta sit in the front, like no choice. So I'm sitting in the front, and I'm like, damn, whatever. But I don't know if I couldn't tell if she was mean or not, because I really wasn't there all the time. Like, I'll come next 2 weeks, I come back. Like I just dropped out. But then the times I probably went to her class like 4 times for real. And the times I was in there, I started having nightmares, bro. When I dropped out of school, I started having nightmares about Zini.
Oh, no.
Yo. And then when I was going back, I was like, please just don't put, like, she's going to embarrass me, bro. And I didn't get up, but she didn't remember me. So I was like, oh, shout out. But yeah, she died?
Yo, stop. Bro, stop.
I heard she passed, so I was going to say, but shout out to Zini, though, but that's crazy. I don't know if she passed, did she?
Bro, you gotta stop.
Yo, if you ain't had Miss Zini, though, I was the first college professor, high school teacher. For real.
She gave you lectures.
That's a fact.
She made you write down the lectures.
That's a fact.
Did not repeat anything.
Yo, notebook check gotta be on point. You missing a line or sentence,
you
get done.
Incomplete. ASAP. Big ass eye.
That's a fact.
in the left hand corner.
Tight. Now she write that on the page. Like,
oh, not
his. That's what I man.
Nah, she ain't like you then.
No, she gave me a 63 in her class. I know. She said, if you pass the Regents, you pass my class. I got a 67 on the Regents, bro. That's a pass. How I fail your class, man. She just wanted me to do it again.
Yeah.
She was word. She was foul, bro.
She wanted to see you one more time. She said 3 times.
I ain't having twice, nah.
She said 3 times with
I
the
had to M after that.
Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah, I ain't do nothing.
I know.
I know. Him and Scobo. You got to have classes. But so what kept you who was your influence?
I would probably say like some of my cousins.
Okay.
Watching some of them go to college. Watching some of them go to jail. Watching some of them just kind of like not really do too much with their lives. Like, that was that motivation. It was like, oh snap! Like, either I could be like this cousin, like that cousin, or I could be like this cousin. And when I look at
options,
exactly. And when I looked at certain cousins, like, and I seen like that praise, like everybody's like, yo, this person's doing this, da da da. I was like, oh, I want to be that next person.
Yeah.
I want to be that type of cousin, like, and I felt like that's exactly what I did. Like, I moved myself away. Why? Because I felt like I wasn't being as productive in New York. I felt like it was kind of holding me back for the most part from being the best person I could be.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it was toxic for me at the moment. And then when I moved out here, I was going to school. I was working.
When you say out here, what you mean?
I moved to Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, moved to Boston.
They don't know we don't know where we at.
Yeah, we in Boston. But yeah, I moved to Boston, and you know, I changed my life drastically. And then I even actually at one point I brought both my brothers out here. They was living with me, and
that's
I had them in school. Had my brothers working.
That's a real big brother right there.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure like they was on that right path.
And how'd that work out for you?
It had its ups and downs. I'll say that. I won't go into too much detail, but it had its ups and downs. But you know, it's life and things happen. Sometimes it works for some and it don't always work for others.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But you're still doing your thing, and I'm sure they out there figuring out they're doing their thing.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. You know, like you said, you got homesick in the Bronx. You got homesick in Mount Vernon because you missed the Bronx, and maybe that's probably the same thing that happened with them. Like maybe they was like, this is not where I'm from. It's not It's different. It's different out here. It's different.
It's a complete,
totally different stage.
Yeah, yeah. A complete different type of environment as well. Here, I would say it's a lot slower of a pace. New York is more fast track. Everything is kind of always moving at all times, and there's no slow down. There's no slowing down in New York. Here, you kind of get more of room to breathe. You kind of get to that fresh air, and you're just like, this is where I can set up camp.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. You being 30 now, what, like, did you think that you would make it like this far?
For a long time I did. You know, I used to dream like, yeah, when I get 30, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna, you know, like all little kids.
Right.
And then it was just one night where, you know, reality hit, and it kind of was like an eye opener where, you know, not every day is promised.
So talk about that night.
So I went to a party, me and 2 friends, and you know, I was feeling myself that night. You know, I wasn't the flyest kid growing up, so you know, at the time,
this is one of your moments.
This is one of my moments. You know, I felt like I was a big step at the time. I had on a white Hollister shirt, these blue Levi's, and then, you know, I had the Chuck T.
Okay.
And you know, I went to this party. I was having a good time.
Where was the party at?
It was between Dyer and like Edenwald Projects.
Oh,
like kind of in that area.
Outside.
Yeah,
You
outside. I was outside.
Outside.
It was a backyard party.
Cookout drink?
Not really a cookout. There was nobody cooking. Nobody was cooking.
But they be saying like cookout.
It was no cooking. It was no cooking. So, you know, went to the party. You know, we having a good time, dancing with girls, you know, vibing. Everything is good, laughing, having a good time. I'm looking at the time like, damn, I think I want to stay a little later. You know, I try my luck. I call mom. I'm like, you know, Mom, you think I could stay at least like another hour and a half? Just to my surprise, she said yes.
And that's big back then, because
you know,
you had to take that.
You know,
hang up right after because you don't want to put your phone on mute.
I felt like one of those kids that I was like, all right, I'll be there shortly. I thought she said no. In my heart, I heard no.
See, I was a kid that I ain't gonna call. My mom already know. My mom already know where I'm at. I'm just gonna come in when I come in.
Nah, it was none of that with Della.
Yeah, nah.
No disrespect. It was none of that with my moms. But yeah, so she said I could stay. I'm like, oh, cool. I stay maybe like a half an hour, 45 minutes later. We had a bunch of shots. Party gets shot up. You see everybody running, scattering. My boy hopped the fence, I hopped the fence. We wind up meeting in the front. All right. And now we like, all right, it's time to walk home. Now it's time to go back to Mount Vernon.
Right.
So we start walking, and we see like this group of people behind us, and I'm like, nah, just keep walking. So we all like, all right, keep walking. The weirdest thing in the world happens. So it's 3 of us. One continues walking. Only 2 of us gets caught off.
Oh.
Right? So the one ahead, I don't know if he ever looked back. We wound up like having to mingle with these people now. Anywhere from 10 to 20 people. Basically asking us where we from, what's that we claim, all that other good shit.
Oh, it was pressing us.
Pressing us.
That's crazy.
And, you know, I'm like, yo, I'm from the Bronx, you feel me? I'm already in the Bronx, so I'm from the Bronx, you know, I could be from around here, I might be from the South Side, don't matter, but, you know, I'm from the Bronx.
Right.
My boy, he wasn't the brightest at the time. He says, I'm from the Ville, it ain't nothing.
Oh,
I don't know what that was supposed to mean.
Because he liked that.
I want to say he liked that, but I don't know what that was supposed to mean.
You know how somebody gets scared and they just start saying stuff?
Listen, this was the worst moment to be that type of person to say that. So I was just like, looking at him like, from the
it ain't nothing.
Like, what?
Let him know. It ain't nothing.
Okay, and then this is what proceeded to happen.
Okay.
They fake checking his pockets, took his True Religion hat. There's some dude smoothly. I swear this is the smoothest pickpocket ever. I need to meet him and congratulate him for going into my pocket and taking my wallet.
Was you sagging?
No.
Oh, you had
my jeans up. And his hand was... Because you feel me? Like, if you get caught off guard, you know, you got to pick up yourself. You never know when you about to rumble.
Right.
So, my pants is pulled all the way up.
Yeah.
He went in my pocket, took my wallet out. Like that.
Yo, he been doing that for
a minute.
Youth. Yeah.
Somebody tried to go for the phone. You feel me? I just bought this phone. This is my hard-earned money.
Suck it?
Nah, this was a Galaxy at the time. Galaxy was fake popular.
Okay.
Before iPhones like really took off.
Yeah.
So he go to reach my pocket. I grab my pocket. I look at my boy. Somebody clapped him.
He stumped him?
I go to step over. Somebody clapped me.
Oh, how many dudes you think it was?
Too many. Anywhere from 10 to 20 people. I swear that crazy. It was way too many people.
They had the whole project.
they really did. Yeah. They really did.
Yeah.
And you know, so then they stopped jumping me, and they started jumping my mans, and I'm like, damn, I can't just go over there and start snuffing people. I'm gonna just get snuffed again. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna say something or throw something at somebody.
Throw something.
And then they go want to chase me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, cool. And at that time, it was a little fast, so you know. So I'm like, all right. So one person started chasing me. I started running, hit a corner, turn around, he come, boom, dropped him.
Okay. Oh, you dropped him?
Dropped him.
Okay, under the car?
Nah.
Oh.
After that, I got jumped again.
Damn, they came back for you.
Yeah, they came back. It was almost like they was around the corner as well. Cause I sweat everything I love. After I hit him, I just started getting hit again. And I was like,
they were always running.
It was there.
But you got that,
I got one.
He got to go back with that.
Facts. He got to know, yo, I got hit.
Yeah.
So they jumping me. So I felt people throwing trash cans at me.
Damn.
I felt my pants being tugged. My boxes were ripped.
They tried to give you the wedgie.
I don't know what they were doing. I felt like
they trying to give you the wedgie hat, the hoodie.
I was like, oh, I'm about to yell rape. I was like, what is going on?
That's crazy.
Then I hear I see people trying to kick me in my face, cause I'm sitting like this. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, this girl's like, yo, stop, he bleeding. I'm like, who bleeding?
It took one girl to stop all of them?
One girl.
That's crazy.
I don't know if maybe she was just well known or she had that type of clout or pull, but yeah. So I get up and she's asking me if I'm okay, and I'm like, nah, where my phone at? Because now at this point they got my phone. So now I want to fight. I turn my head and I look. I see myself in the mirror, in the glass of the car, and I see this slice with blood coming down. Now I see it on my shirt, see it on my pants, see it on my Chuck tees. And I'm just like, nah, now I really want to fight. Now I'm just like, nah, I want the one-on. I don't care who it is, everybody. Now I want to fight now. I feel if anybody want to fight one-on-one, we could fight. Yeah. And a few people nah, go home. You're lucky to be alive, whatever. And at that moment, I wasn't thinking about it like that. Why? Because I'm like, nah, yo, I got cut. I got everything stolen from me. I want to fight. This is not life right now.
Yeah, you losing it at this point. Yeah. I know those moments.
And, getting cut in your face, people like your face, my face, out of all places.
Yeah. You ain't have a bead at the time, right?
I was babyface Jay at the time, boy. I ain't had no mustache, no beard. Exactly. You feel me? And so then I proceeded to walk home. I was just like, damn, I'm gonna tell my mom.
You walk by yourself or you?
I walked by my dolo.
Oh, so homie.
When I got up, he was gone.
Damn, he took his spanking somehow.
Yeah, you feel me? That's crazy. And when I didn't realize the severity until I got home. I got home and then was like,
Mom was like, I'm never letting you outside again.
Damn near, but
never see you outside again.
I didn't even tell her, so I called my step pops. I was like, "Yo, come in the bathroom real quick." And he just waking up, what? I'm like, come in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. He's like, for what? I'm like, just come in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, nah, don't let Mom come in. And he like, alright. So he hop out of the bed. He come in the bathroom. All you hear is, what the? And next thing you know, my mom jet over there. Immediately. She's crying.
She had one eye open already. She
she
heard you come in the crib.
Oh yeah, and she's crying and she's like, whatever. I had to get stitches and like when I was in the doctor's office, they was just telling me like, yo, you lucky. Like you lucky they didn't slash through the cheek. You lucky that they didn't hit an artery when they was slicing or whatever they was doing. I was just like,
they was trying to make sure that you knew that you got jumped.
Yeah, it was like
that's trash.
But it was also letting me know like there was a chance that it could have took a even worse turn for the worse than what it actually was.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, you sure you got cut in your face and you know you got a scar, but it could have been way worse than that.
Yeah.
You could have not been living at this point.
Yeah.
And at that point, I realized, you know, there could have been a possibility that I wouldn't have made it to.
How old was you at this point?
I was 17, turning 18.
Damn. See, that's crazy. And that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And worse.
Yeah, definitely a lot worse. So it's almost like what happened to me was almost child's play. Because hearing about other people getting $150s and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Stabbed in the neck, poked up mad times.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. So, yeah, I mean, I probably feel like, yo, I'm lucky to be alive at that point. Yeah, 17, 18. That's crazy. And is that what ultimately made you move out, or?
No, but I definitely think it played a role to some extent. Because I felt I wasn't as safe there. And there was nothing that New York had to offer me at that current time, you know?
Yeah.
Even though, you know, they say it's where people make dreams happen and all that other good stuff, you know, but I feel like that's for tourists.
So what is so what's something that you know now that you wish you knew then?
Something that I knew now that I wish I knew then. I know this is going to kind of sound backwards, but to have more fun. Okay. To balance your life out equally. Because, you know, me growing up, I didn't go out as much.
Right.
And maybe if I did go out as much, maybe I would have seen the signs to maybe leave earlier, or maybe I would have knew I wasn't supposed to be there until a certain time.
Yeah, okay.
But you know, those
you're trying to squeeze every little moment out because you know who's gonna get the next one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's enjoy life, kind of live that spontaneous life to a certain extent, but you know, have that balance. Make sure you have good structure, but then you also balance it out with a decent amount of you time where you do what you want to do and not necessarily what other people want you to do.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's appropriate. I mean, it's probably a lot harder to say that you would go outside more, but I think that you probably could take more opportunities to really do it. Yeah. Like say I'm gonna bring my brothers outside with me or something like that, and then I guess you can go outside more or whatever.
No, wasn't the wave.
I mean, yeah, nobody wanted to pay attention to those little kids.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it was crazy, especially like, you know, in Mount Vernon. I never really thought, I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't think I was gonna make it to 30, but the way the crime rate was, like way people was getting clipped like almost every other day.
Yeah.
Especially in like 2006, that winter, man, Channel 20 News was lit like every night, bro. It was always somebody dying, bro.
Really?
Like in 1 week, like 9 deaths. Next week, like 5, 6. It was crazy. It was like people dropping like.
That's crazy, especially for a place that's only 4 square miles.
Yeah, and I be saying like, well, people be glorifying how crazy Chicago is. I'm not saying that it's not, but before even anybody knew about how they gave it up, like Mount Vernon was on fire, bro. Like it was crazy. Like they had curfew, all that, but it was like it didn't matter. You was getting caught anyway. Like rest in peace to those people in that time, from that time and on. But like it was crazy. So you didn't know like if you was going, and I used to do a lot of like hanging out. So like I mean I never like hung out super late or like on blocks. Like I used to chill at my friend's house, but even still, at my friend's house I'm leaving at their crib late. If I'm by myself, anything could happen to me. So I think probably when I was like around 18, 19, I thought it was like something gonna happen to me. Like I had a real scare, and I'm like something gonna happen to me, and I ain't gonna front. I stayed in the crib for like 2-3 weeks.
Really?
Hell yeah, I was petrified, bro. I was petrified. I was like, yo, I don't want nothing to happen to me.
I feel you.
And then Max had to come and tell me, like, bro, nothing's gonna happen to you. Like, you gotta get out of that. Like, if something happen to you, it's gonna happen to me. And I'm like, yeah, you say that, but I don't know. But he's like, nah, for real. And then I think, like, after a while, I was just like, I can't stay in the crib all for the rest of my life. Like,
really can't.
But I ain't gonna front, I was scared. The streets was real, bro. The streets was real. And they was claiming lives. And I was like, I didn't want to be the next one. Like, yeah, man. Like,
that's crazy. So what do you think, if you had to give some type of jewels or drop some gems on like a young person that's living in Mount Vernon right now, what type of advice would you give them?
Man, you gotta find people that are like-minded. There's a lot of people out there that fall into peer pressure. A lot of people I grew up with, and then definitely after me, before me, that fall into peer pressure. And you can't be worried about what somebody else think about you. Sure. You can't be afraid to walk away from a situation that's not yours, like fighting for somebody else's problems or fighting for somebody else's name or whatever. Like, if it has nothing to do with you directly, your family, leave it alone. Like, find like a mentor, somebody older than you that's gonna drop game on you, that's gonna help you, like, yo, this is the right way to do. This is the right way to do things. They got so many programs.
Too many.
Yeah, but we just don't, because it's not directly in front of us, nobody handing out pamphlets, like, nobody grabbing you, like, let's go here. Like, you gotta do the work on your own, though.
But nowadays, you know, it's
you got social media.
Exactly. And think about it, right? You go on Google, you gonna see a few things that you were
that's if you searching for it, though.
Even if you talking about it, how many times you talked about something and then you see something pop up, you're like, I was just looking for this.
But that's what I'm saying. The conversation got to be regular. So, like, if somebody watching, especially somebody like 17 to 21, like, you watching this, bro, for real, or sis, like, find somebody that's gonna point you in the right direction.
Yep.
And it's gonna just like be consistent, and you have to be consistent too, and hold yourself accountable. Like, that's like it's crazy because it's so easy to fall by the wayside and just do because everybody else is doing, so it seems normal, it seems fun, it seems like the popping thing to do. It's like you will really lose your life, you could lose time, like mad stuff. Like, so shooting guns and all that gang violence and stuff, it's not worth it for real. Because either you're gonna lose your life or you're gonna lose time, and you come out 10-20 years later and you're like, oh, I wish, because the problems wasn't that big or whatever. Like, they be having petty beefs, but they think it's the world right now. It's like, bro, you look back on that because somebody was talking about your mans. Like, they gonna talk. Everybody gonna talk.
Yeah, everybody has an opinion.
Right. Whether you dead broke or you super successful, people gonna talk.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. But yeah, like, man, I got so much stuff. Yo, I done learned so much stuff now that I can go on and on and on. Like, I could drop mad jewels on people, but for real, like, just separate yourself from the negative, and if you think that's normal, then be different. Like, stand out.
Yeah.
Like, take yourself away from that. Find people that's like-minded. Even if you can't find somebody that's way older than you dropping jewels, there's somebody that's your age that's getting game from their uncle, their cousin, their brother, or whatever, they pops, and you know, they could probably point you in the right direction. So yeah, like, get away from the nonsense, the violence, the BS. Like, you don't need that. Word.
So you never thought about like being a motivational speaker?
Yeah, I thought about it when I was a kid. I thought about it when I was like a teenager. Me and my boy Kenny used to play around with it, like try to motivate. But I think at that point in time I was shy. Like, I couldn't see myself on stage doing it. But like, I love one-on-ones, like intimate settings. Yeah, one-on-ones, and like or even like a small group. I could do that all day. Like, I enjoy that because I get the satisfaction of knowing I got through to one person. I seen how it worked for me. Like, I had mentors growing up. So from when I was as early as elementary school, like 8 years old, I had a mentor. And he taught me how to swim. He taught me how to play chess. He took me outside of the hood. Like, I could see different things. You feel me? Like, he used to quiz me on like the capitals of the states and all that. Like he used to really like, you feel me, take me outside and we get pizza. We just sit there and we talk. And then I was like,
a different life.
Exactly. My first Christmas was with him for real. Like, yeah, like he brought me outside and he brought me to his crib and they had a Christmas party. And I ain't never been to Christmas, like, growing up, we ain't had Christmas. Like, Christmas, weird. You see Christmas on TV, bro. That's when I'm coming to your crib. Like, Santa ain't real. Like, you know that from jump. Like, Santa ain't real. But yeah, I had a Christmas party. They had a Christmas party, whatever. Bro, Christmas. I never heard of Christmas games. Like, they had Christmas games.
I never heard that.
Yeah, like, playing stuff, like, sharing presents and stuff like that. Yeah. Bro, they had presents just for the game.
Nah.
And then they had presents for you. Like, yeah, like, it was crazy.
Word,
like,
that's different.
Way different. So, I definitely enjoyed that. Like, I was like, oh, this is different. So, seeing that, and then after, like, later on in life, in high school, I had got, like, another mentor. He was closer in age, with me. And he was, like, telling me, like, yo, like, all this stuff. Because he didn't really live the life I lived.
Yeah.
But... And when I say that, I mean, like, in the streets and stuff, he was more, like, disciplined. He had disciplined background.
Okay.
So, like, his parents was, like, they Muslim and all that. So, like, he was, like, they were strict on him.
Mm-hmm.
But he knew because his best friend was kind of like me.
Okay.
So, he basically was, like, giving me game and guidance and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna front, like, at first it kind of was, like, but I was like, you know what, I'm kind of familiar with this. So, let me just take heed to what he's saying. And, yeah, he helped me with a lot, bro. Credit. He helped me with, moving out of Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Like, he was beating that horse until like, yo, you gotta get out of there. Like, cause he from Mount Vernon.
You need that type of people.
Word. He like, yo, you gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of there. Like, it's a dead end. It's a trap, bro. Get out of there. And I'm like, and because he kept saying it in my mind, I'm like, yo, what if I really like die out here? Like, what if I like he's trying to warn me? I need to go. Like, and then when time was right, I got up out of there. Word, but yeah, I think that's the best thing, the best advice he probably ever given me, or I feel like that I actually listened to.
Yeah, and
it worked wonders for me. And so shout out to my brother Rakim. Definitely appreciate you. Oh yeah, when I was a kid, Mr. Short, word, word though. But yeah, like he was dropping gems. He still do. Like, we're still in contact. So I'm still in contact with both of them actually.
Oh, that's what's up.
Word. So
what's up, yo.
So I'm saying I can't stress that enough. Get you a mentor.
Yeah.
Get you somebody.
Like, you never know. It could be your brother, your neighbor, somebody across the hall, your teacher. They might be dropping some serious knowledge on you guys, and you guys might not just be paying attention.
That's a fact.
And then later on in life, you go be like, damn, I should have listened to that person.
You be too ignorant, too dumb to know that you're getting some good advice.
You gotta take all that advice. And I get it, you might feel like you know everything or you got a good head on your shoulders, but there's never enough improvement.
The homies got my back. You're right.
But you can always self-improve. Self-improve is one of the biggest things you can always do at all times.
That's a fact.
You never have enough self-improvement. Never. Even when you get older. You could be 90 years old. Yeah. You can still learn something new.
Learn something new. That's a fact.
Still can. So, with that being said, I want some of y'all to kind of share some of your
experiences.
Exactly. Lots of words.
Nah, I got
some of your experiences.
The homies got you.
Oh, nah. Share some of your experience in the comments. Tell us if you actually could relate and resonate with anything that we was talking about, and kind of put your story out there. We might want to talk to you one-on-one, or maybe even possibly have you on the show one day.
That's a fact. Let us know what adversity you had to overcome. Let us know the people that was in your life that held your back, what strategies you use, what's something that you know now that you wish you would have knew then. Anything for real, just chat with us. It's a two-way street for real.
Yes, it is.
Y'all know we on this. Y'all know we here.
Y'all know we here.
Yeah.
But yo, bro, for real.
What up?
I'm proud of you, man.
That's crazy. I appreciate that.
For real, bro.
I appreciate that.
We had our ups and downs as friends and shit like that.
That's a fact.
I didn't think we was actually gonna be friends at one point.
Yeah, we fell off. We fell off for almost a year.
Yeah. And you know, I'm actually glad that, you know, we rekindled this friendship, and
definitely,
you know, like we've been friends, brothers, family, for however said long. And you know, like, man, I love you, bro.
Nah, I love you too. Definitely, yeah. You already know. That's a fact. Yeah, nah, it's crazy because I mean, I'm proud of you too, bro. For real, like I watched your growth. I've seen you from a young boy, and I've seen how you grown now. And, I appreciate you. You feel me? You definitely helped me grow in a lot of different ways that even whether I told you or we didn't speak about. So, yeah, man, get you some good friends. Like it's a blessing to have good friends.
That's the end of this show. So love y'all. Appreciate it. Tres.
Yo, that was a good episode. Like, you did your thing. I should pop it on you.
Ain't gonna pop it on me.